Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Coffee. In today's episode, we're going to take a look at Deborah Chow giving us an update on the Kenobi series. That's today here on Star Wars Coffee. So it's been a pretty slow news week, last couple of weeks actually, for Star Wars, but Deborah Chow, who is going to be doing the Kenobi series, she's going to be directing that. She actually directed episode 3 of The Mandalorian, and she gave us some insight during a panel that she did on Hollywood Reporter's TV Director Roundtable, giving us a little bit of an update on how comparing The Mandalorian in terms of sets and everything, which we've heard Ewan McGregor talk about in terms of the technology from The Mandalorian that they might be utilizing, with Deborah Chow. So we're going to be able to piece those together today. We're going to take a look at this article from The Direct, titled, Obi-Wan Kenobi Director Explains How the Show's Production Will Differ from The Mandalorian, written by Andrew Gilman. So this is actually pretty good stuff, because Ewan McGregor was talking about, on an interview with Ace Universe, I believe, about how the way that they had to do sets in the prequels was a lot of blue and green screen. And now with The Mandalorian, if you guys have been watching The Mandalorian Gallery, which is complete now, you can see all of the virtual sets that they did and what Jon Favreau learned from The Lion King and The Jungle Book and all of that, and how they incorporated that into The Mandalorian. So Deborah Chow has some experience with this. So Andrew Gilman writes for The Direct, things have been incredibly slow on the Star Wars news front as of late, in large part thanks to the continued menace posted by the virus. Several projects have been delayed. Releases, the live-action Disney Plus series, have been forced to postpone their productions. Fortunately, The Mandalorian Season 2 shoot wrapped in time for its release on October. Word on the Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus series has been nearly non-existent since it was announced that Joby Harold would assume writing duties. The show, set 8 years after the events of Revenge of the Sith, was delayed to a 2022 release, with Ewan McGregor tentatively set to deliver his performance early next year. Despite the delay, work has still been done, and director Deborah Chow has given her thoughts on the upcoming shoot. During the Hollywood Reporter's TV Director Roundtable, interviewed director Deborah Chow commented on how she anticipates the Obi-Wan series production differing from the previously worked on project The Mandalorian. She says, quote, it's definitely going to be different, just in terms of the sheer workload, obviously of doing the entire thing. Chow also made note of the absence of her fellow Mandalorian directors and the perks of doing this project alone. What that means is The Mandalorian wasn't just done by her. It was done by several different directors who are all featured in the Mandalorian Gallery. But the Kenobi series, all 6 episodes are going to be done by just her, so it's going to be more of what she wants to do. She says, quote, but in some ways I'm going to miss having a team, and having people who are there to bounce ideas off of. But then obviously the flip side is, it is nice to have a coherent voice and know what you're doing from beginning to end. So what this means is essentially that Deborah Chow has done The Mandalorian, and her work on the season 7th episode was also met with equal praise, compelling fans on the director that she was going to be able to carry a excellent Kenobi series. One of the biggest critics from the recent sequel trilogy was the lack of a unifying voice, and you guys have heard me talk about this between J.J. Abrams and Rian Johnson playing hot potato with the story. They should have just had J.J. done all 3 if he was going to end up doing 2 anyway. The Mandalorian has been hugely successful by Jon Favreau, who serves as the executive producer and has the oversight for the full series, working closely with each director for the Obi-Wan series, or for the series. Obi-Wan, by its nature, necessitated a single voice to run the production, as it is a smaller limited series. So like I said, this series is going to be 6 episodes only, and it's going to be a one-off, so there's not going to be several seasons of this. Chow has discussed at great length the importance of developing characters in her various bodies of work, making the perfect choice to spearhead a personal tale about an exiled Jedi Knight. While having different directors allows for a fresh interpretation of a series, the Obi-Wan show will need a very disciplined focus, one that Deborah Chow is able to bring to the table. We're a long way from seeing anything from the series, but the triumphant return of Obi-Wan Kenobi will be well worth the wait. And I think that this is the attitude that most fans have, is as long as we know we're getting it, and as long as we're definitely on board to get it, I don't think we mind waiting, considering it's going to be 6 episodes. Ewan McGregor is going to be in it. It's going to be right in the time period we want to see in live action between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. And hopefully we get some more details about the plot soon. However, Star Wars Celebration was canceled, so I have no idea when the next panel is going to be for big Star Wars news. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for watching. May God bless you and the Force be with you always. If you enjoyed this episode, and frankly, even if you didn't, don't forget to subscribe.
Do it.
And if you want to help spread the word, please give this video a thumbs up and tell your friends to subscribe. Please check out the official Star Wars Coffee merchandise, and don't forget to check out all of the content playlists on this channel, including The Rise of Skywalker, The Mandalorian, and much more.